Hello, my name is Kelsey, and welcome to our 2023 Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We are so excited to be here and even more thrilled to show you what we have in store for this year. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll share our latest game reveals, spotlight 2 new developer partnerships, and give an exciting first look at the debut game from our internal development team. Once again, a huge thank you to our Annapurna community and partners across the globe for your continued support. Let's get started.
I have been asked to approach you about a project related to events in 1847, 1963, 2014, and one happening in the very near future. At least 2 individuals in Europe are confirmed to be involved, but ties with several international contractors have been identified. The financing of the venture has been traced to a US-based corporation. You can expect to be contacted by them soon. They will possibly hire an actor to communicate with you through a video. This video is designed to gauge your interest in interpreting patterns, and solving puzzles.
Because of the metaphysical aspects related to the project, they may also want to test your receptiveness to unconventional concepts.
To gain your trust, this person might offer their unsolicited advice or ask you questions about your dreams and memories, but you will likely never see the face of the person speaking. My personal advice is not to play along with their strange game. You're being led around in a maze of deceptions. Think back on when they first tried to contact you. Do you remember? Do you remember the maze? 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 Do you remember the maze?
小さい頃に兄と一緒に山に登ってたっていう記憶がすごい強くて、結構自然と多く触れ合っていた子供時代だったと思います。三橋明です。ひろこと一緒にこの丸光ゲームズをやっています。
丸光ゲームズでアーティストをしている C のひろこです。
ひろことは福岡にあるゲーム会社で出会いました。実は言うとですね、一回告白したんですけども、一度振られまして、
ゲーム開発の仕事がすごく楽しかったから、あんまりそういったことに時間を取られたくないなっていうのがすごく強くて、
で2回目アタックした時にいいよって言われたんで、
今こうして結婚してよかったなと思います。好きな RPG はマザー2というゲームなんですけれども、可愛くてコロッとした街づくりとか色合いとかを表現されているので、それもすごく見て憧れを抱いたし、すごく影響を受けていると思います。
自分一人でもゲーム作れるんじゃないかなっていう好奇心みたいのが湧いてきまして、
もうほぼ同時に一緒に会社を辞めました。
でもやっぱり夫婦関係に影響が出ないような、スタイルを取りたいという話で、
1本目はもう半年で2人で作ってみる、でそれで問題がなかったら続けてみようっていう条件のもとで丸光ゲームスは、スタートをしています。今回の作品はルトガー・ブレグマンという方やユバルーノワ・ハリリさんの人類の未来について書かれている著書をものすごく参考にしています。でもしかしたら本当に来るかもしれないっていうような未来を想定した作品になっていて、楽園って呼ばれている未来で日々を過ごすゲームです。私たちにとってはすごく身近な問題定義だなっていうふうに思っています。
今回のプロジェクトは C の企画になりますので、 C の指導で作っています。なので僕は C が悩んでるところを一緒に話になっていろんなアイデアを出したりとかしています。仕事でさ、結構悩んでた時とかもあって、でも今の2人で一緒に仕事してる時に、隣の姿とか見てると、それはそれですごい、独立してよかったなって思ってるよ。
ほとんど後悔もなく楽しくやれてるのでよかったなって思ってます。
I want to try my face. I want to use the restroom by myself. The little things, yeah, the little things are hard for me. Oh, I don't know why I am a teen. It's not so bad all the time. It's not so bad. My cute dog helps me out so we can go and la 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 la. Why I be teaching what you will ever own. Find the secret key over the rainbow. I don't know how I became the shape of a T. Never forget your perfect shape. But I can spin so fast, I can fly in the sky. Leaving yourself in perfect shape. I don't know what my dog is thinking.
Then I have a Thrip and Big Henry. He's the one that looks He's the one that looks kind of like a cross between a cuttlefish and a sausage. What's that blue creature you've got in your flock?
Ah, that's a slumbering rustic. We can go and find...
What's that blue creature you've got in your flock?
Ah, that's a slumbering rustic. We can go and find one if you like. To charm this rustic, Pip has to position herself at just the right distance from it, not too close or too far away. And her bird and the flock will sing to the creature to charm it.
Look at that. I'm going to call her Cupzilla.
Pip, check out my sheep.
Look at them, little munchers.
In flock, you have some flying sheep to look after. You leave them to graze, they get woolly, and then you use the wool to make clothes.
Did I tell you I made a sheep? I crocheted it.
Oh, I love it.
Look. I found one of the fruit things.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to charm one. Here we go.
It's a sunset sprug. We didn't find it because it wasn't sunset last time. We were looking in broad daylight. I love these frogmouth glebes. They just scream in such a pleasing way. Can you see me over here?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Whoosh. I've got my glow buddies with me.
This forest is beautiful at this time of day.
I really like when you're skimming over the top of the fog and you're sort of going up and down like you're on the high seas. Oh, wow.
Have you seen these before?
No.
It's a mother and her little calf. They're singing.
Let's join in. This has been such a lovely day. Let's do it again soon.
Flock, what will you find out there?
Basically every day, if I've hit like a roadblock or if I just need some sort of inspiration to kind of like move on with something, I'll just hop in my car and drive like 5 minutes over to Roger Williams Park. Having like no literal walls, I feel like I'm able to think in like a lot more abstract ways. I'm Jacob Williams. I'm the head and creative director of Glass Revolver, and we're making We Kill Monsters. I've always been drawn to kind of the outdoors and nature in general. The reasons why like certain aspects of nature are the way they are, that had definitely carried over into my first game, Ida, and extremely so in We Kill Monsters. I'd be like sitting like outside the school, like waiting like for my mom to come pick me up. And I would just constantly like sketch an open world game where you could like camp and stuff. You can camp in We Kill Monsters. It's like a core part of the game. So a lot of those things kind of stuck with me. I went to film school doing like the 9 to 5 and then coming home and then doing another, 5-6 hours of film related stuff. Eventually, it just became apparent that I was depressed. I realized I was like, something, needs to change. Like I can't keep doing this. Okay, well, I'm gonna just basically do like a restart on my adult life. So moved back home, and it was there where I started Ida. This is Ida. This is my first game that I had made, which honestly probably shares like a lot of DNA with We Kill Monsters. It was probably 2018, I think, where I actually started on We Kill Monsters. But at the time, it was supposed to be an extremely lo-fi Monster Hunter style game. And then at some point, I was like, everything I'm trying to do, I could just do it in 3D and it would like just more fully realize what I'm kind of envisioning in my head. Most people, rightfully so, were like, you've been working on this game for a very long time. You shouldn't just switch it to 3D. You're basically just starting over. I didn't want to work on the 3D version for like 3 months and be like, oh, okay, this is like too much and like go back to the 2D version. So I kind of like thought about it for like a week. And then to make my decision, I went and I deleted the 2D project so that I didn't have a choice. My thought process was, if it takes 8 years to make, I'll just do it on my own. Might as well just do what I think is best. This symbol, it's basically made its way into all of my games. The meaning to me is, it's okay to restart.
Saira sul suletto, spasso da stradella. Scinaia visto in un banchetto, la bella sfranzinella. Tra la la la, ai ah ah, la bella sfranzinella. Scinaia visto in un banchetto, la 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 la.
I'm Ben Ruiz, the founder and creative director of DinoGod and the designer of Bounty Star. Bounty Star is a game about a broken but powerful ex-soldier, now a bounty hunter, in a post-apocalyptic American desert. Her name is Clem, and she's trying to start a new life in a place far from home, traumatized from a profound mistake she made at the end of her military career. One half of the gameplay experience is a third-person action game shooting mechanics in which Clem is bringing in her marks, dead or alive, in her customizable infantry mech. Throughout the experience, the players will obtain all kinds of exciting mech weaponry and utilities and use them against increasingly bigger and badder foes. In the other half of the gameplay experience, the protagonist cleans up her life and develops her bounty hunting operation in the safety of her newly acquired home on the edge of the game world, a rundown pre-apocalypse gas station and tune-up shop with a lot of potential. The player will learn how to be an effective bounty hunter in this scarce and dangerous world in which self-sustaining ways of life are absolutely vital. She will grow and obtain food and use it to cook meals that enhance her focus in different ways. She will obtain scraps and crafting materials and use them to build devices that enhance both her personal and combat endeavors. She will befriend and be visited by all manner of characters, all of whom are playing an important role in her current phase of life. Bounty Star is ultimately about a human pushing out inner demons, rebuilding herself and her personal environment, and relearning what it's like to be a force for good in a place that very badly needs it. As a gameplay experience, it is all about engaging, fun, modern action mechanics that many types of players will be able to enjoy, but not without being challenged. Thanks so much for watching. Bounty Star's coming in early 2024.
Still think it's a good idea to go home? They all hate you, Jala. Can you blame them?
You're way too stubborn to just give up.
Dad, stop being so sensible. Timber Hills, our hometown. Full of gossiping aunties, parental expectations, and your past mistakes. Hope you're ready for some long-delayed emotional catharsis. Because your exes are looking for revenge. Or maybe a date.
Are we flirting? Or are we fighting?
Why not both?
Her thighs. They're so powerful. So, I have to make up with my first love, find out what's going on with the creepy skate cult run by a bear mascot, win my mother's approval, and track down my sister who's avoiding me. All before the most dangerous battle of all.
My mother is coming to Timber Hills.
The women in your family, they're all terrifying.
I'm doomed.
My advice to you, Jala, die young.
Acceptable effort.
Welcome back to Storyteller. Our next chapter brings a free update with all new content. Welcome new characters into the fold. Some full of mischief. Some warm the heart. Puzzle through new scenarios with new challenges. And while you're at it, add a little chaos into the mix. Explore the possibilities. Unleash your imagination. And it's all coming to Netflix. Rejoice! Storyteller. Our all-new update is coming September 26.
Hey everyone, my name is Chelsea Hash and I've worked alongside Annapurna for a long time, starting with What Remains of Edith Finch and later Solar Ash, and now as director of Annapurna's first internally developed game. Over the past year, we've put together a wonderful group of people and have been collaborating on an exciting new project. I never imagined I'd have a chance to make a game set in this iconic universe, and there's so much more we want to tell you. But for now, we're thrilled to share this announcement trailer. Take a look.
Lots of people lost things in the blackout. I was lucky. I just lost a job. But now, they want me back. Through the pieces, being someone else, in places that no longer exist. That's where you'll find me, searching in the land of the dead.
Thanks again for tuning in to watch this year's Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We hope you enjoyed a glimpse of what's in store. See you all next year.